You all recognize him as Diddy, the former Puff Daddy, a successful rapper, producer, and superstar who is currently under federal arrest at both of his residences. We're updating you on the shocking claims made against hip-hop mogul scene Puff Daddy Combs today. Remember that the circumstances of these incidents, as reported, have not been verified or refuted in court and could alter quickly if new information becomes available. Number 1. Combs is charged with assaulting Cassie physically. The singer Cassie Ventura, also known as Cassie, accused Combs of sexual assault and sex trafficking during their 10-year relationship. For many reasons, Cassie Ventura's seismic lawsuit against Combs from November 2023 is unsettling. Please be aware, though, that the details it goes into are uncomfortable to read. According to Ventura's lawyers, Combs often punched, beat, kicked, and stumped on Miss Ventura, resulting in multiple injuries, and even demanded that Miss Ventura carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is. The lawsuit also alleges that Combs' staff members frequently saw his crimes take place but remained silent out of concern for retaliation. It should be mentioned that in 2005, at the age of 19, Cassie first laid eyes on Combs, also known as PDiddy, who was 37 years old at the time. Number 2. What transpired with Kid Cudi's vehicle? Kid Cudi was one individual nobody anticipated to find strays amid this legal drama. In Cassie's first November 2023 court file, the Cleveland MC is mentioned. It states that in 2011, Ventura communicated through letters that he was interested in Cudi, whose real name is Scott Mescudi. When Combs realized this, he reportedly attacked Ventura and threatened to wreck Cudi's vehicle, saying he wanted his fellow rapper to be there to see it happen. The Day and Night singer later verified the suit's allegation that the aforementioned car did explode at a later time. It is important to highlight, nevertheless, that there is currently no verified legal proof connecting Combs to this occurrence. Number 3. It was said that Combs' sons were involved. Part of the 2024 lawsuit against Combs, an updated complaint accuses the mogul and his son Justin of participating in and potentially even helping to plan a 2022 shooting at Chalice Recording Studio in Los Angeles that killed one of Justin's friends. The person who brought the lawsuit, Rodney Jones, claimed that Combs coerced him into not acknowledging the latter's role. Similarly, Grace Amari sued Combs and his other son, Christian, in April 2024, claiming that they had covered up Christian's sexual assault on her. Number 4. Combs has other accusers besides Cassie. The legal action Cassie Ventura took against Combs was just the start. Following her public sharing of her tale, other people quickly began to come forward as well, a pattern that anybody connected with the Me Too movement is likely familiar with. To demonstrate a consistent method or plan, an absence of error, and the claim that Sean Combs is a violent, drug-abusing, and sexually abusive person who harms his victims. The rapper faced 2 further lawsuits alleging similar wrongdoing shortly after Combs and Ventura attempted to settle the latter's lawsuit out of court. Soon, more on the obscene specifics of one of those cases. As of May 2024, 3 other motions exhibiting indications of the already unsettlingly familiar allegations have been filed in New York following another anonymous complaint against Combs in December. Later that evening, McKinney claims in her lawsuit that she was coerced into drinking wine and smoking marijuana, including a joint she believes was laced at Combs' recording studio. Number 5. Combs was purportedly the recipient of Cassie's medical records. Cassie's lawsuit against Combs states unequivocally that he is trying to exert ownership and maintain a degree of control over various aspects of her life. In the lawsuit, a specific instance is mentioned whereby Ventura experienced memory loss and sought an MRI to determine the underlying cause, possibly due to excessive drug use and slash or head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beatings. The lawsuit claims that Combs' email address received the results of the MRI, demonstrating the ownership he felt he had over Cassie. Number 6. Several legal actions link Combs to the production and dissemination of sexual content intended as payback. A college student at Syracuse University claims that seeing Diddy Combs took her out to dinner, drugged her intended for a sexual attack, and left her so high that she was unable to defend herself. In a late April 2024 New York State action, Joy Dickerson-Neal alleges that Combs, in keeping with his purported pattern of behavior, not only drugged and sexually abused her, but also secretly recorded the event on camera. Sadly, it doesn't stop there. Dickerson-Neal knew others had seen the purported tape, so after their 1991 rendezvous, he accused Combs of spreading it. According to the Los Angeles Times, the relevant New York laws regarding revenge porn and human trafficking did not go into effect until decades after the alleged incident, 2019 and 2007, respectively. For this reason, Combs' legal team requested that parts of Dickerson-Neal's lawsuit be dismissed from court. In his most recent apology, Combs said that he was only forced to apologize after his repeated denials were shown to be untrue, speaking more about himself and the numerous people he has harmed. Number 7. It is alleged that Combs hosted unlawful gatherings. The Miami Herald reports that the parties often took place in some of Miami's most luxurious hotels, including the Mandarin Oriental, the One Hotel, and the Fontainebleau. But what transpired there was anything but elegant. Many of the various complaints filed against Combs in 2023 and 2024 claim that they mostly comprise forced sexual relations. These gatherings are supposed to have been vicious and physically agonizing for individuals who were drawn in. Combs himself has claimed to have frequently documented them, calling them freak-offs. Number 8. Combs, the purported male sufferer. Mr. Jones saw, felt, and endured a great deal throughout his tenure with Mr. Combs, which extended well beyond his function as producer of the Love album. As if Combs' other purported victims' charges weren't alarming enough, music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones Jr. filed a lawsuit in the state of New York against the disgraced artist at the end of February 2024. Combs allegedly drugged, groomed, and mistreated Jones after employing him to work on the latter's 2023 project, the Love album, Off the Grid, according to Jones' explosive lawsuit. Jones alleged that Diddy constantly participated in unapproved and uninvited groping, forcing him to work in the bathroom while Diddy bathed. Jones claimed that in addition to not receiving fair compensation for his work on the Love album, he was forced to have private affairs with sex workers in an increasingly unsettlingly familiar sequence of events. Jones is demanding that Combs and his group pay him $30 million. If there is sufficient proof, the federal authorities will present their case before a grand jury in an attempt to obtain an arrest warrant for Diddy. They will examine the material they have gathered. Number 9. According to Cassie's lawsuit, Combs paid $50,000 to obtain hotel video. Anyone following the Combs case by now has probably seen or heard about the terrifying security camera film showing Combs abusing Cassie. Perhaps far more unsettling are Combs' purported attempts to hush Cassie and remove the tape and its contents from existence. According to Cassie's lawsuit against Combs, the latter paid $50,000 to unidentified individuals at the Los Angeles Intercontinental Hotel to conceal it. Since then, the hotel has claimed that new management is in place and that they do not have access to prior incident records or footage. Number 10. It is said that Combs assaulted Cassie after breaking into her home. Cassie states on Instagram, "The problem is domestic violence. I never imagined being the person I became when it broke me down. I've worked very hard to get to where I am now, but I'll never stop healing from the past." One of the many unsettling facts in the story could be the most damaging to Combs. That would be Ventura's assertion, as stated in her initial lawsuit, that in 2018, following a dinner together, Combs would not allow Ventura to enter her apartment alone. At this point, the uninvited rapper-producer allegedly attacked Cassie sexually. After this event, Cassie broke off her relationship with both Combs and his record business, Bad Boy. Combs, on the other hand, has vehemently refuted every accusation made against him. Cassie, the victim of domestic abuse, deserves to have her name mentioned. Would you like it? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more interesting and informative videos.